During the acquisition phase of this project, Rick Miller was a wildlife biologist with Arizona Game and Fish, and he's still with Arizona Game and Fish, but in a different capacity, and he was very instrumental with technical aspects of acquiring Rogers Lake, and I'd like to invite him up to say a few words, if I could. There he is. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you. First thing I want to do is congratulate Coconino County Parks and Recreation. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing. I was sitting back there and basically just threw away all my notes, listening. A lot of the things I was hoping to say are so obvious sitting here, they don't need to be said again. This place is a wonderful place. Any place in Arizona where water is really special, this place is even extra special. It's a connector between so many things. It connects Camp Navajo to the Coconino National Forest. This place connects Sycamore Canyon to Woody Ridge, which is the major movement corridor for wildlife down toward the rim. Some of y'all may not know how much we've learned in the last few years about the wildlife in this area. It's like right around this corner here, there's an eagle roost where the eagles come in the wintertime, and the bald eagles come and they stay there. In the evenings, they'll roost there and then go out and forage during the day. We've got radios on those eagles now, and we know that those eagles are going as far as Alaska in the summertime, where they nest. A lot of them are spending their time in Canada. So this place connects all the way up to Alaska. When we see the antelope out here, we sometimes don't realize how they connect as well. Lee Ludeker put some radio collars on some of those antelope. We know now that these antelope, in the fall when they start to migrate off this country, follow the interstate over to the Ashford Highway and go down to Prescott Valley. Some of them even cross the Verde River, which blew my mind. I don't think of them as crossing rivers. And then they come back up to this country, and this is a lot of times where they'll have their young. Okay, we found out about where the elk are coming from by some of our radio tracking studies. We started trying to study where the elk were moving around the freeways, and we had one elk that we radio collared over on Highway 160, came all the way down through here and was last seen going south of Munns Park. The movements through here are just tremendous. We had a mountain lion that the Park Service put a radio on Grand Canyon National Park, and it came over here just a little bit east of here onto Anderson Mesa. This place connects to so many places. In these types of waters, these ephemeral lakes are so very productive. The easiest thing I can tell you to get that point across is that, like Lower Lake Mary, which is a similar system, when we put fish in there and when it's got water, the fish grow an inch a month. Okay? That's a tremendous growth rate for trout. That's because of what these wet meadows do. The wet meadows in this country are tremendously productive. They grow forage for cattle and for wildlife. They grow insects that feed the birds. They're just wonderful systems that we don't know very much about. And this is a chance for us to learn a lot more about these systems, working on a system that's in good shape. A lot of these systems are pretty well beat down. This one's not. This one's in really good shape. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what we can learn here over the next few years. There's the ducks and the wading birds that come in here. This is mainly a system that has those birds in here in the springtime when they're on their way from Mexico back up to Canada to nest. Okay? This is one of those places where they can stop and feed and gain some body fat to continue their migration, but also so that they have a lot of energy when they go to lay the eggs. When they arrive in Canada, they're getting there while the ground's still frozen. There's still snow on the ground. They need that body energy. This is one of the places where they pick it up. I hope that gives you a little bit better idea of how important this place is from a wildlife point of view. It's a wonderful place. Thank you.